I don't know what it is that no matter what, I try to, be neat and take care of stuff and keep everything picked up and present, nice clean table with only one or two projects, but it just never seems to happen. Jeez. Discovery. I cut out the capacitor. I did some more thinking and looking and felt that that was the wrong thing to do. It wasn't working right. I wasn't getting good idle fan smoke. So I cut it out, and I had what's called a mini volt regulator, and it regulates the voltage to 3 volts. I could dial it down to 3 volts. So now, no matter what's coming out of the track, and we know this is DC, it's plus and minus one direction, minus and plus the other direction, but I run it through these diodes so that I get positive on one side, negative on the other side, no matter what direction I'm going. So I'm getting a constant polarity that says motor's in motion. And when the motor's in motion, we don't idle, we do puff and brake. Now, when the motor's not, if this is zero, there's no power coming up, then this goes to its normally closed state, which is run whatever we're getting from the track through our regulator for the puff and brake, run that power through the fan, and we're at idle. And I have a potentiometer right here. I can dial it up or down. So I can give us a steady smoke at idle while I'm sitting at the station, which we're doing now. You can see it. It's not bad. And if I start up, if I turn off the power, nothing, right? And I put the power back on, I get a direction. And we're going forward. But we're also running the puff and brake and the chuff sound according to our cam positions. And that should be producing puffs of smoke with the brake. And the reason I put the brake in is so that the motor would stop in between pulses so we could get a clear puff. The thing I'm not getting, that I don't see here, is a healthy puff. I'm getting a wimpy puff. It's like a little, you know. And when I go to, there you can see what it's like. And even when you speed up, it doesn't really get better. It just gets faster and more of it, but it doesn't get better. And if I go real slow, I don't know what's going on there. It's not doing much of anything right now. It's puffing, but it's puff, 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 puff. There, I don't know. This thing goes fast and slow. I don't know what's going on. These things are hotter than hell. That's another thing for me to consider. All right, now I'm going to go to the station. Now, here's all the smoke you'd ever want in the world when we're stopped at the station. And it's supposed to be a drizzle. Yet, when we're out there pumping horses, right? We're cranking, we're moving, we're pulling the load here. What's that? What's that smoke? Why aren't we getting that big puff of smoke? I don't know. One thought is the fan blade. I'm going to have to look at the fan blade and see which blade I have in there. Do I have a full blade or do I have one that's been cut back? I had this wild idea I needed to cut back the fan blade one day. I put a supercharger on multiple cars, and boy, does that change the car, right? It supercharges it. At some reason, I had the idea when I wasn't going to be using it, I would take the belt off and not drive the supercharger, just drive the car without it. And it got to be a joke around my buddies that I would get mad and take my belt off. Means I wouldn't ride, they wouldn't give them a ride with my supercharger running. Anyway, so somehow we got the smoke off when we're running hard, and that doesn't make sense. So I'm going to look into that a little more. And of course, we don't have a load, right? So if you try to pull it down, you get a more pronounced up and boom, boom. There you go. Now you see. Maybe that's what we need. We need to get out there and pull some cars. That's one thing about the rolling road. You don't have any resistance. Whoa, wow. If you were pulling a load like that, that would be pretty hot, wouldn't it? Wow. That's pretty cool. And then if you let up the load, maybe that's a way of telling whether you have a high load or not. Whether you're chuffing better. It's chuffing. It's doing everything it's supposed to. And now, if we come into the station and we're just going to sit, we can turn the lights on, and we're pumping some smoke through. For us, we're keeping the heater coil warm, but not overheating it. That's the reason I do this. That plastic is holding up real well. I don't know. Why is this stream so good? Well, maybe it's just slower speed. I don't know, okay? But I did have another idea. Since this going to DC works so well, and they're not hot, they're not even warm. These screamers are hot as heck. And someone told me once I should replace those with diodes. It would be cooler, less heat. Now, the heater takes the most energy. So I had a thought, what if I just snipped that one out of the circuit and put in a little set of diodes and ran that with diodes, and would it run cooler, and would it give us more energy out? Is this wasting energy? Well, heat is wasting energy, right? So these are black boxes, more or less. I don't know what's inside them. So I'm thinking maybe I'm going to build one of those giant ones and replace one of those rectifiers. If anybody has a better idea, let me know. I don't like to create hot. I hate it. That's hot. It's bad. If I can get energy out with less heat, maybe I'll get more energy if I'm not making as much heat. This guy is working like a charm. I'm taking this down to 3 volts from 5 to 17. 5 to 17 volt, DC coming in. 3 volts coming out. And this is not hot, and these are not hot. So if you regulate with the right device, maybe that's okay. I don't know. But that you come into the station, you have the passenger cars are lit because you have track power on. You got a little smoke coming out. You could have a cab light going on. That'd be kind of neat. I don't know. I think it's going to be pretty darn nice. We're chipping away at it, but we're not chipping away at my printer. I'll tell you, this thing, it's just bust or boom. I don't know. It did print a good part, and then I put it on, and I had to recalibrate something, and the technician that helped me do some things, he changed stuff. He changed stuff a lot, and now I don't know how to calibrate that BL touch for the offset because it's been moved out a little bit. What I'm trying to do is put 2 fans. I'll show you. I better shut this off. I know it's showing off, but we don't want to burn the house down, just in case. So I had this fan duct, okay? This is what it was, like that. And it had one big fan duct on one side, and that was it. Then there's this guy, Victor Barad, really nice fellow, very smart. He's come up with a lot of cool ideas. He created this shape. I have another one way over here. Hold on. He created this shape for the fan duct, which is, as you can see, a lot smaller. And then he came up with mounting 3 fans. See, he's moved this sensor out so there's room for another fan right here. And then for each one of those fans, he has a little piece like this that bolts up to it. So he's got a piece, I have to print that yet. It bolts up to there and another one over there. So what that does, this fan cools the main block coming down to the heater. You only want the heat at the nozzle. You don't want it going up. So he cools the fan right before the filament right before it gets to the heater. These 2 fans cool the part that's down on the plate, getting, you draw out the thing, cools it down. I had only 1 fan, so all the cool air was coming from one direction, and I was getting sagging filament on the left side. I draw a circle, I draw a hole, and it would fill in. The hole would become elongated like that instead of being perfect like that, because the lid, once I printed it, it would squish down because it would not cool off fast enough. It would retain heat, retain the softness, and it would squish. So the theory was you put 2 fans on and that will go away. Oh, well, I need that. I really need that. Okay. So this is the main fan. This is the part cooling fan on the right side. Now I need to get another part cooling fan on the left side, and I'll have it. The thing is, I had to move this over, which he printed. He, gives us a nice bracket. You print that, and you put that on, and everything works. I mean, it does fit. It does look good. But I don't know. Since they've changed the software, this is like going from Windows to something else. I don't know what. But at any rate, I can't figure out from the software that I have how to tell the machine this probe is not over here anymore. It's now over here. It's moved 28 millimeters to the left. Okay, tell it that. I don't know how. There was supposed to be a script, something like that, that is the config setup for the printer, config.printer. And you would be able to go in and edit that. Well, there's no screen to do that there, and now I don't have anything over here that will do that. I don't know what I have now. I have Octoprint. I wonder if Octoprint will work now. It wasn't working. No, it's not working. I used to use Octoprint. It doesn't work now because I have other stuff. I have Mainsail and Orica Slicer, and it's like, oh God, what did I do? Has blocked features allow access? You dummy, this is my main thing. Okay, so there's the parts I've printed. You can see that. And then I can go into prepare stuff, which is nice. You can scroll down and you can do all kinds of tuning and figuring out. It's quite powerful. Then you can do a preview. You want to look at the thing, what's it look like? Then you can talk about your device, how you're going to set it up on your machine, and you can do all this stuff. I don't know what the hell's going there now. It's showing me how to do stuff. It's like a tutorial. I don't know what that means. I don't think I did anything. It just does it. It's doing it now. It's still doing it. Set your printer up. Set up your printer connection. All right, just don't worry about that for now, okay? And then you have a project, which is where is your part. You get your part. But they don't say where can you hook up and calibrate your, oh wait, there's calibration. Oh, but it's not even alive. Untitled. I don't know, okay? I don't know what's going on. And the guy helped me last week, helped me for 2 hours. I mean, I paid them, you pay for time, but now he's, it's the week, it's Memorial Day weekend or something, so nobody's working, everybody's off fishing and eating and drinking, and so I'm probably not going to be able to print all weekend, unless I put this guy back on, which, it's kind of, I could put it back on, takes time, but at least then I could run everything. I guess that's what I'm going to have to do. Not today, it's 5:30, but I think tomorrow is another holiday, right? Boy, a lot of dust in here, don't I? I'm gonna have to put the old system back on because I can't work the new system because I'm just not smart enough yet. At any rate, I got some other parts coming. A lot of things happening around here. Got a new mouse. That's kind of neat. It's red. I think we like red around here, don't you? And oh yeah, and I fixed this bad boy. Oh, you won't be able to see much, will you? This is an old transformer, but I got a voltmeter on it that gives me AC volts, and I put in a new roller. The roller was worn out, and by golly, I'm going to screw this down so it doesn't wiggle wobble. I'm going to use this for the main line, the outer loop only. This is the outer loop. And as long as I wire the polarity the same, right? Like ground to ground, red to red, black to black, that kind of stuff, I can have it work with another transformer. Like this country loop I think is going to be this side. The city loop is going to be this side. One of these is going to be the Christmas train, and then the other one of these is going to be city lights, because I really like to be able to dial the city lights. I think that's cool. I might have a transformer, another one, but for now this is all I have. So that's the plan, Sam, unless I make this one the main loop and put this one on, I don't know. But I like this one. It's okay. I think it's pretty cool. I like saving the old stuff. Anyway, that's something else I got done today. But all I did was make messes. I didn't really do much cleanup. I didn't get a whole lot done other than I now have the idle working exactly right. And I have an idea to get the heat out of here and get more energy converted to the DC side. All right, that's what I did today. It was not the best day. I don't know what happened. It just vaporized. I don't know. The weather's been bad. It's hot. The allergies are up. The air quality is really bad. Margaret's getting down on it, like, oh, we're choking and all the time. Well, okay, so we're getting there, Leon. I'm not scared at all. This is the smoothest this little engine's running. Oh, I found something else. Remember this engine. Remember some time ago I was saying these older engines, they don't even have the gear. See that gear going in there? They don't have the gear. Most of the engines I have a gear, either that boss or the gear. Well, this one does not have the gear, so he's in the same boat. But I had an idea, and I did one once, where I grind out a groove right here so that there's that space for the gear, and then I set the gear down using my little stand, and I set the gear right down inside that groove, and it would rub on that worm. It would sit down like that and rub on that worm, and we would have puff and chuff for these engines that never had nothing. Yes, we'll have this system. This PC board, this cute little PC board is so fun. Andy and I did that, and he let me put Frankentrain Lab on it. I was so happy. All right, I'm going now. I'm gonna get it. I didn't ride my bike all day today. I'm not losing weight. Oh God, she's gonna take me to the shed. I'll tell you. I mean, she feeds me and everything, But boy, oh boy, she's strict. All right, gang. That's what I did. You guys take care. Have a good holiday. Think about it. And remember what it is, right? Remember the vets, by golly. I'm a vet, but I don't have any problems. I came out fine. I wasn't hurt. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't do anything serious. I gave 3 years, and I got my master's degree free. The VA paid for it with the GI Bill. I'm not in trouble. A lot of friends are. Cousins and friends are sick. They're still sick. And they need your support. So tomorrow, think about that. And our dads probably too, right? All right, gang. Have a good one. Later.